Hello, welcome. I'm Kim. This is Kim's Wellness Space. What a long time it's been since we've spoken. And it looks different because so much has changed. And this podcast has changed. I still have a book of notes. That hasn't changed. Like, always going to have my notes. Um, but I really, I love doing these podcasts. I love talking to you. I've spoken to some amazing women on this podcast, but all of a sudden it found a natural end. And I was okay with that. I was really happy to pause it because I would never, I would never want to do something that was half-assed. Whatever I do, I like to do it not perfectly, but I like to give my all, and I like to give some value. Like, there's no point me sitting here chatting to you if I'm not sharing anything worthwhile sharing. That was where I'd got to. And I always have so many things in my head that I want to talk about. You know that. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm always jibber jabbering about something. But it also has to be useful because you are using your precious time clicking play and listening to me. And that means everything to me. So I want to make sure that I get it right. So I paused, had a lot going on. I still feel like I've got quite a lot going on, but I also feel like now is just the right time to come back and start talking to you again. So that's what I'm doing. So if you are new here, I am Kim. This is Kim's Wellness Space. Kim's Wellness Space is all about wellness in midlife for women and everything that entails. That isn't just what you're eating, that is how you are living your life. And I think that is the change that I want to make here. You can't put it into segments. It's still not quite straight in my head yet. So sometimes it's going to feel like a bit of a ramble, but I'm hoping as we chat, it will make sense. Because you can't pull it apart. Like, we can look at each thing, but we have to do each thing in like a flow together. This is our lives, and I want us to be celebrating this part of our life. So much of our culture around getting to like 40s, 50s is, you're on the demise, like everything's slowing down. We're getting older. People use such strange words to describe us. And I want to say, no, actually, do you know what? It's exciting. Okay, so yeah, we are a bit older, but with that age comes wisdom, and gratitude for being this age. Like, I am 54. I have lost friends that haven't made it to 54. How lucky am I to still be here, to be able to talk to you, to share my knowledge, to walk forward in this precious life? Like, that just means so much to me. So yeah, Kim's Wellness Space is about wellness. It's got all sorts in it. Like, I am a yoga teacher, so I quite often are going to share yoga with you. I quite often do breath work with you or meditations. I love sending a meditation as a gift. If you're on my email mailing list, then you know that. Like, you get gifts, especially in December. I'm going to just be telling you about my life updates, about things that are affecting me. And when I do that, it's not to tell you what to do. It's just like, I want to be saying that I've discovered this and it's working for me. Have you thought about it? Have you tried it? Like, use me as inspiration. It's never going to be the same. Like, we live so different lives, don't we? But you might listen to something and think, actually, do you know what? That interests me. I'm going to find more out about that. And maybe it will take you down that road. Maybe it'll take you some completely different. Okay, so while we're here having this little bit of an update and a reintroduction for you new people that haven't listened to my podcast before, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will notice that the background is a bit different. And when I move my arms like that, obviously they disappear because this is not my background. This is a beautiful background. Look how lovely that is. Like, oh, I love that. This is a combination of AI and Canva magic that has created this beautiful backdrop for my Zooms where I'm recording this, because at the moment I am coming to you from my bedroom. I don't have an office anymore. I don't have a beautiful yoga studio space anymore. So I am perched on the edge of my bed. I have got a little tiny desk, and then I've got books layered up and my laptop's on the top. I don't have my microphone yet. I don't have any of my fancy equipment. I don't have any of my stuff that I was surrounding myself in my office with if you were here before when I was in Cyprus. All of that stuff is still in a box, making its way to me. And actually, when it arrives, I don't have an office. I don't have anywhere for it to go. So it's probably going to stay in a box for a little bit longer. I will bring the microphone out because I quite like using that and this makes the sound quality better. But that has taught me a lot. We lived in Cyprus for 8 years, and living in Cyprus taught me that I can completely unplug from all of the news and the noise and the consumerism, because we lived in the north and we didn't have post, and it was you just couldn't get stuff. And I was okay with that. It took me a while to get used to. I was used to being like, I'll pop to town to get that. I'll pop. Literally, the things did not exist, and you couldn't get them in. And do you know what? It was nice. And after I had got used to that and switched my brain from a UK brain to my what I call my Cyprus brain, oh my God, it was so freeing. It was so freeing. And after living there for 8 years and then coming back, we came back in September. We were, and like, it's September, but it was already leading up to like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever else it is, Christmas. It is full on. And let me tell you, we have worked that Amazon button. We've worked it hard. And it has struck me all of a sudden that all of that noise, all of that you've got to have, I'm following it and I don't want to. I don't want to. This is the image that I want. I want to be living in my little bubble. Of course, I'm part of a community. Of course, I take up space in the world. Of course, I will buy, but I want to buy from local people. I want to buy from those little tiny small businesses. I don't want to buy from Amazon where everything is the same. And that's probably a lot of why I've changed what I'm doing on here, because that's really important to me. And I think you're going to get a feel of that as we go forward. So living in the UK now permanently, brought our dogs with us. We have 3 rescue dogs. Oh, so nice. Couldn't have been without them. And I'm just getting used to being here. It's very different. I think, we talked about this for 2 years before we did anything. But I still think we thought in our heads, because we are originally from the UK and then we moved away and we were coming back, the coming back would be easy. Like when we went to Cyprus, it did take us a long time to like find a new routine, find a new way of life. And life was very, very different. And all the things that I've learned, I have tried to bring with me this time when I've come back, because they're all things that are more me and are important to me, and I want to keep doing them. They have dropped, and now I'm trying to reinstate them. I'm trying to remember, actually, that's what I liked doing and why. And so I want to do it here. And it's not quite the same. It will be once we are living under a roof that's just ours. At the moment, we live in a shared house, which is also really interesting. And like I like to look at all of these things as a positive, like it's a lesson. Like, what is this teaching me? One of the things that I have really taken from living in Cyprus where we couldn't get stuff and then moving back here where I don't have any space is I don't really need stuff. And although we have a box on a boat coming this way with our stuff, I'm not sure that I'm going to need everything that's in that box. And we didn't bring hardly anything back with us. Like, we really scaled down. We gave loads of stuff to the charities in Cyprus before we left. But I still think we're bringing back too much. And even today, before jumped on here to start recording this, I have gone through my drawers. I've got rid of some stuff. I'm putting some clothes on Vinted. And I want to keep doing that. I don't want to get sucked into this consumerism that we all have to have. We have to have certain products for our face. We have to have certain products for our hair. We have to have new clothes with every season. We have to wear something different every single day. We have to have the up-to-date phone or the shoes, or I don't know, there's just so much. And the other thing that's really helped me with that is the fact that we bought like a small motorhome. Literally, there's no space in that. And that got me straight away into the I can just wear this jumper. Like, it's not dirty. I can wear it all week. I've got t-shirts underneath. Um, if I'm dog walking, do I have to put on clean leggings to go dog walking? No, I can wear the dirty ones from yesterday. The dogs don't care. I don't care. My husband doesn't care. Who cares? Why do I think that that's important? Because the images that I'm seeing are telling me that I have to look this way. I have to be precise, even down to my hair. So I this morning washed my hair and left it. My hair is naturally, I'm going to say wavy. If you ever watch Friends and you think Monica, that's probably more like it, but I'm going to stick with wavy. And it's okay, like it's fine. But then I always get to a point in the day where I'm like, I need to brush it. And then when I brush it, it just goes and then really is like Monica from Friends. And so then I get my hair straighteners out and I straighten it. But I actually want to embrace my curls. Like I've embraced my grey hair. Like I haven't dyed my hair since 2020. I don't want to. I don't go to the hairdressers anymore. I don't need to. I can do it myself. Like, and that's shocking to some people. Like some people, when I tell them that I haven't been to the hairdressers in 3 years, they're like, "Oh no!" But they might have just prior to that been telling me, "Oh God, your hair looks amazing. What do you do?" And then when I tell them, "Well, I don't go to the hairdressers. Just do it all myself." It's like mind blowing. But it shouldn't be, should it? It shouldn't be mind blowing. Why is it? It's because there's people telling us all the time, you need to do this, you need to do that. You've got to go to the hairdressers every 4 to 6 weeks. You've got to do that. I'm being a rebel in my old age. And I don't even think I'm old yet. I'm not doing that. I want to stamp my own path. So I think that's what this podcast is heading towards. It's me stamping my own path. So it'll be me getting used to living in the UK. I want to get my garden full of flowers like this. I love this. This is like the secret garden path. I want my garden to be like that. I want it to be full of produce for me to eat, for nature. I want all the birds to come in. I don't care if there's a few mice coming in as well. I don't care if that squirrel comes and eats the peanuts. Like, let it come. It will find its way with all the other animals. I really want to encourage that. I want to make more things. Like I've made myself a sourdough starter yesterday. I'm going to make my bread. I want to make jam again. I want to be cooking everything from scratch. I want to be growing it in the garden, cooking it in the kitchen, eating it. That is what I want to do. And does it mean that I'm like going back in time and doing what they did in the old days? That somebody told me that last week. Maybe. I don't know. Of course, I've still got all the modern stuff. I've got my mobile phone. I'm talking to you via a podcast or YouTube if you're on YouTube. So it's like a mix match, but I don't want all the technology to take over. I don't want to forget that I am part of this precious world that we're living in. And it's important. Like, I am absolutely ridiculously bad for running outside in the garden in whatever weather with nothing on my feet. And I grew up, like many of us, being told, put something on your feet, you're going to hurt your feet. Put something on your feet, you're going to hurt. I am guilty of saying that to my own children. But do you know what? There's something lovely about running outside with nothing on your feet. I don't care if my feet get muddy. I don't care if the grass is a bit cold. It's lovely. And actually, now the science has caught up and we know it's really good for us. There are people that go out every day, put their feet on the ground and put them on Instagram saying, look, I've got my feet on the ground. It's good for me. It is so good for us. So I'm gonna be talking about more of that kind of thing, I think. If you've been around me a while, if you've been on my email list, if you watch me on Instagram, this probably isn't going to come any as a surprise to you. You're probably already like, yeah, I knew you were like that, Kim. I'm going to be leaning into my woo-woo-ness. I like that. Like, I probably will pull oracle cards. I will light candles. I will do all of that stuff with you. So this is just my sort of like reintroduction of what the podcast is going to be about. And if you're new here, like who I am, and I hope that makes sense. What I would love is if you're watching this on YouTube, comment, tell me what you want to talk about. Have you got questions? Ask me. Like, I am a yoga teacher, I'm an accountability coach, I'm like a plant-based nutrition coach. I have lots of knowledge in my head and I am more than happy to get it out and share it with you. So just ask away. If you are listening to this on the podcast, leave me a review, ask me questions, or come and find me on Instagram and DM me. I don't mind. I want this to be about us. It's not just about me, it's about us. So I really have enjoyed chatting to you again. It feels like it's been such a long time. And I hope that you've enjoyed listening. I hope my ramble has made sense. I hope you're as excited as I am. And yeah, I'll speak to you really, really soon.